The call came at 3:07 a.m. Not the kind that wakes you, the kind that confirms you were never really asleep. The screen glowed against the marble nightstand, slicing through the dark like a quiet blade. Unknown number. 1 second. 2. 3. I answered. A woman's voice, low, trembling, urgent. Don't drink it. Static. Breathing. Then silence. My reflection stared back from the black screen. At first, I thought it was another one of those empty threats, the kind billionaires get when money becomes more visible than the face that owns it. But there was something deliberate in her tone. It wasn't warning, it was mercy. The decanter sat where it always did, at the edge of the night table. Inside, a faint amber hue, swirling under the dim light. I poured myself a glass anyway. Watched the liquid catch the reflection of the city below. Neon fractured in silence. I didn't drink, not yet. Because somewhere in that moment, between the ringing echo of her voice and the smooth burn of fear in my throat, I knew. This wasn't random. She knew what I would drink, and who had poured it. Her voice stayed in my head for hours, a whisper caught in the silence of walls worth millions. By morning, I had convinced myself it was paranoia. My wife, Elise, walked into the dining hall in her usual serenity. White silk, bare feet, a softness that concealed sharp things. She kissed me on the cheek. "Morning," she said, too casually. "You didn't sleep?" "No, I didn't. I was thinking about the glass beside my bed, still untouched, and the voice that said, 'Don't drink it.'" Elise moved gracefully through the room, preparing my morning routine like choreography. Coffee, pills, a smile that never reached her eyes. The pills, my heart medication, prescribed after my last panic episode, sat in the same silver case. She handed me the glass of water. "Here, you'll feel better." The same tone, the same words she used every morning. Except this time, I noticed her fingers didn't linger. She stepped back quickly. Too quickly. Something about her pulse, visible at her neck, betrayed a rhythm too fast for calm. I didn't drink. Instead, I smiled, a small, polite weapon, and said, "Later." She turned, relieved. A mistake. Because relief meant guilt, and guilt meant I wasn't paranoid after all. When she left, I walked to the security console by the glass wall. The house was wired with cameras, every hall, every door, every quiet corner. I played back the footage from 3:00 a.m. There she was, Elise, standing by my bedside in the dark, pouring something from a small brown vial into the decanter. Her hands steady, her face calm. Then she walked away, as if it were love she had just measured. I watched that clip 20 times. Each time, my pulse grew colder. There's a strange stillness that comes with betrayal, like the air decides to hold its breath around you. I didn't confront her, not yet. Instead, I started noticing details, patterns, the small choreography of deceit. Her phone, always face down. The scent of someone else's cologne lingering on her scarf. Late-night messages disguised as business calls. And the new housekeeper, a black girl named Mariah, who kept her eyes down whenever Elise entered the room. Mariah was quiet, careful, the kind of person who had seen too much and learned to survive by staying invisible. But she was the one who called. I knew it now. That evening, I called her into the study. She froze at the door, hands clasped. "Sir?" I gestured to the chair. "Sit." She hesitated, then obeyed. When her eyes finally met mine, I saw fear. Not of me, but of something she had witnessed. "You called me," I said quietly. "Didn't you?" Her lips parted, then silence. Tears welled, but she blinked them away, like someone trained not to show weakness. Finally, she nodded. "She changed it," she whispered. "The medicine." I saw her. My chest tightened, but not from the pills I didn't take. Why warn me? She swallowed hard. Because you're not the one who deserves to die. Her words fell heavy between us. For the first time, I realized this wasn't just betrayal. It was calculation. And Elise wasn't working alone.
That night, I let Elise believe I had taken my pills. I even thanked her for taking care of me. The way she smiled, like victory tasted sweet, was enough to confirm everything. Mariah met me in secret, in the cold room beneath the house where the servers hummed quietly, holding every second of my life on screen. She handed me her phone. "There's something you need to see." The video played, grainy, time-stamped. Elise, sitting with a man I knew, Dr. Lambert, my physician, the one who prescribed my medication. Their voices were low, but the meaning was sharp. "He won't feel a thing," Lambert said, "just drowsy at first, then gone." Elise smiled faintly. "And the estate? Transferred as planned. You'll have everything by the end of the week." Mariah stopped the video. Her hand trembled. "She paid me to delete this," she said softly. But I couldn't. I looked at her. Not with gratitude, with understanding. We were both witnesses to the same quiet cruelty. The next morning, Elise served breakfast as if the world hadn't already turned to ash between us. I sat across from her, watching her slice fruit into neat little halves, pretending the knife wasn't symbolic. When she poured my drink, I smiled and drank it. Her eyes flickered with panic, too quick to hide. She had expected me to refuse. She had expected me to know. I set the glass down slowly. "Delicious," I said. Her smile faltered. Because she didn't know I had switched the bottles. I let the silence grow thick between us. The hum of the city below, the ticking of the clock, every sound a countdown to truth. She reached for her own glass of juice, the one she'd poured absent-mindedly from the same decanter she used for me, and drank. I watched her throat move as she swallowed. No words, no emotion, just the quiet execution of justice in disguise. Within minutes, she paled. Her hands trembled. "Elijah," she whispered, What did you do?" I leaned back, calm. "You shouldn't have changed the medicine." Her pupils widened. She tried to stand, but her legs betrayed her. The irony hung heavy. She was feeling what she had planned for me. As she gasped, reaching for the table, I leaned closer, voice barely above a whisper. "Do you know who warned me?" Her lips moved soundlessly. I smiled faintly. "The black girl you ignored. The one you underpaid. The one who saw you." Her eyes filled with fear. But I wasn't angry anymore, just tired. I stood as she fell, not with violence, but inevitability. She reached for me, but I was already gone from that moment. Mariah found me later, standing by the glass wall overlooking the city. The police had come, quietly, efficiently. They took Elise's body. They took Lambert too, thanks to the footage Mariah had sent them anonymously hours before. I signed the statement without emotion. The world would call it suicide. Let them. Mariah stood beside me, her face pale under the dim light. "You're free now," she said softly. I looked at her reflection in the glass, two ghosts framed by luxury. "Freedom," I murmured. "That's just another word for being left alone with the truth." She didn't respond. She didn't need to. We both knew silence had done its job. That night, I poured myself a glass again. Same decanter. Same amber hue. Different ending. I didn't drink it. I just watched the liquid shimmer under the light, the reflection of everything I'd lost and everything I'd earned. People say revenge is poison. Maybe they're right. But I learned something quieter. Sometimes the poison isn't what you drink, it's what you forgive.